Well, hello once again. This is Michael from your Western Outpost in Salt Lake City. I want to take one last look at one of the coolest radios that I've worked on in the years that I've been working on radios. And I think it's just so cool because the cabinet is absolutely gorgeous in its design and its shape. And even the design of the dial is cool. It's just unlike other radios. Of course, this is that AIRLINE that I did recently, and last time you saw this, which if you're watching the series was just a few minutes ago, the cabinet had not been restored. But I had talked with the owner, and the owner decided to get the cabinet restored. And since restoring cabinets is something I know how to do, but I don't do it fast, and I don't do it for other folks, I just do it for me, I sent him to a local gentleman that has an excellent shop here in Salt Lake City. His name is Michael Ensign, and he runs a shop called Ensign Fine Finishing, and it's on West Temple in Salt Lake City. It is just a very cool shop. He does a lot of cabinets for people that I do the electronics for, and I've not seen anyone who isn't absolutely thrilled. So let me step back and give you a good look at this. Just look at the detailing on the wood. Now, the original speaker cloth was just too worn and too dark looking to really look good in this cabinet, so it made sense to replace it. The owner really liked this tan style, and I kind of like it too because it's understated. This is just a neat radio. Take a look at that wood. Now, Michael has done a whole bunch of radios for customers of mine, and he really understands how radios are supposed to look and how they're built, how they're constructed. So there were some repairs he did on this. If you remember right, this radio to the right of the escutcheon had some serious veneer damage. Michael did a phenomenal job of making that look beautiful. Looks really good. I love the grain in the veneer on the front face. I love this look on these corner curves. That's just really beautiful. And even the detailing along the corners is just so nice. It's like a scroll. It's very, very pretty. The vertical bars in the speaker face look great. I mean, this is just a stunning radio. The owner is going to love this thing. Let me turn it on one last time for you. Remember, it's a push button to turn this thing on. And while it's warming up, I'll come around and we'll look at the side of this radio. Look at that top. That's just stunning. I wish I could do them as well as Michael. That's why I send customers to Michael.
He's 68 years old. Framed, he feels it's kind of...
Because Michael just does amazing work. Well, my bad camera work for once brings out something nice. Look at how pretty that wood is. Let's go around backside and look at the back of the cabinet here. Now, Michael always tries to preserve the paper label inside the cabinet, yet he does a nice job of making the inside of the cabinet look fresh but original. So this thing looks really good, and that original sticker is there so that the owner can refer to that. And this is how it looked before, so it isn't like it was a whole sticker before the job. Michael took great pains to make that look good. There's the speaker panel. Fairly small speaker for as good a sound as this thing produces. And I've shown you this chassis before, but one last time, because I have encouraged folks over and over and over to put fuses in their radios. And you'll see I put a vintage fuse, and if you think about it, you look at it, it's in a discrete location. That fuse is not something that jumps out at you as a modification on the radio, yet it does protect the radio and it protects the owner's other possessions. I mean, we don't need a fire starting with the radio, and we don't need the radio tearing itself up due to some fault of 75-year-old components. There is the I-tube. If you remember, it was, I believe, a 686. And we replaced it. I forget the number now of the different I-tube because the 686 was not around. All the push button tuning, it's amazing. So you remember the push button tuning works mechanically. Remember, my fluorescent lights just make a hell of a noise in the radios. But I'm not going to turn off the fluorescents right now because it's dark outside and I won't have any light in here. So there you go. I just wanted to show you one last shot of this radio. I'm going to add it to the other video I made, make a little mini series out of this. I just wanted you to see what's possible. Now, I will suggest this, guys. I know a lot of us are hobbyists, and of course, as hobbyists, we want to do our own stuff. I get that. I want to do my own stuff too, and that's why I've learned to do cabinets. And one of these days soon, in my my loose ends series, I'm going to do a shop tour so I can show you the stuff I work with. But I am not nearly as skilled, nor am I as efficient and fast at getting things done as professionals like Michael Ensign are. And so when it comes to customer radios, I don't want to take the risk of messing up their radio, and I want them to be really happy. And believe me, for the time I'd have to spend on it, I'd be charging as much or more than what Michael charges based on what I get for electronics work. So it doesn't make sense for me to work on this stuff. Now, if I'm doing it for me, yeah, I want to know the skill. I want to learn it. It's a great skill, and I think it's a skill that not enough people are learning because we have some beautiful history that needs preserving. So I will learn it. But I recommend that if you have that one special radio, that one radio that was in your family and you just want it to look really stunning, you want it to be a standout, and you don't want it to be full of compromises, this is a way to go. Find yourself a professional refinisher in your area and go talk to them. It didn't cost the owner that much money to get this done. It was a really big bang for the buck, because when people come to this guy's house and they look at his radio, this thing is just pops. It's going to really draw attention. And you know what? When a radio cabinet looks this good, then the little flaws like the escutcheon and other little things, they tend to fade into the background because people love finely finished wood. So I encourage everyone, if you have a special radio or two, or you're doing a nice project for someone else, have the cabinet done if you're not really good at it. You'll be so much happier. I'm just now beginning a little Philco cathedral radio that we're going to give to my wife's oncologist as a gift, as a thank you gift for all the wonderful things he's done for her. Well, I'm going to take that cabinet to Michael because I know Michael will do a stand-up job, and I wouldn't be able to touch the work he does in the time he gets it done. And it's worth a little bit of money for me to get that done. So it's just one thought, guys. I wanted you to see this gorgeous AIRLINE. I'll probably, when Michael does cabinets, when I have cabinets done outside, I'll probably show them off to you because you don't see enough of really nicely refinished cabinets on the tube. And I just think it's something that's worth seeing. All right, I'm going to close this one up for tonight. That's all for now.